Today I fucked up by not telling my wife I'm autistic. Warning, some audiences may find this content disturbing. View at your own discretion. Welcome to the House of Reddit. Today, we share some recent r/today I fucked up stories posted on Reddit. Today I fucked up by not telling my wife I'm autistic. Backstory, I was diagnosed with autism as a 5-year-old child. I was mainly nonverbal until my early teens. I would carry a card around that said I was autistic and nonverbal and have always been comfortable with everyone knowing about my diagnosis. Teachers, classmates, family, strangers, etc. As I got a bit older, my speech started to improve when I met my now wife. We have been together 5 years. Till today, she has never found out I am autistic. Although I am married, have a job and can drive a car, I don't consider myself high functioning. I get overwhelmed very easily. Going to the grocery store is a nightmare with the loud noise and bright lights. I will have meltdowns where my wife will have to pick me off the floor. I rock back and forth. I don't make eye contact. I don't smile or laugh often. I have trouble with humor and take things very literally. I repeat words that I've heard over and over again. I don't have many friends and I barely communicate with my wife's family or friends whenever they come over. Yet my wife has never brought this up. I feel like this is an elephant in the room situation. Most people comment on my weird and awkward behavior. Some of them have even asked me if I was on the spectrum. Though this has never been said in front of my wife, I feel like it's only a matter of time until she finds out. My coworkers know, my boss knows, the few friends I have know, even the stranger who tried to make small talk with me last week knows. But not her. How would she feel when she finds out she is the last to know? How would she feel about being married to a developmentally disabled person? I never told her because I was concerned she would think less of me, or wouldn't want to date me because I'm autistic. Also, we won't be having children of our own, so passing my genes won't be an issue. Now people are telling me that this is wrong and manipulative. Opening someone's car door on accident and they were in it. I recently started shopping in a new area. I went there today and borrowed my boyfriend's car. When going into the store I noticed there was a sketchy guy outside watching me. Like really staring. Nothing to be too worried about, but it was on my radar. I was alone and needed to be aware of my surroundings and whatever, that's just what you do. When I was leaving the store the dude was still in the back of my mind. I spotted him right away when I exited the building and he was in the same spot just chilling. Probably harmless. To be safe I went a different route to my BF's sweet ride because I wanted a better angle to watch the weirdo dude. There was a car the exact same color as my boyfriend's, in the same spot just a row over. The row I was in. Anyway, you get it. At the time I did not get that, hence the reason I fucked up today. The keys automatically unlock the doors once you touch the handle, so I just went to open the door and there was some dude in the fucking driver's seat. At the time I thought it was my boyfriend's car and I was like, oh my gosh. And he was just on his phone surfing on the web or whatever. He was equally caught off guard. Then he said, "You scared me." And I was like, "You scared me." Then it hit me. This is the wrong fucking car, this is a fucking Prius and this is not even the same make and model. What the fuck? It's just the same color and size. Then I said, "I'm so sorry I thought this was my car." At least that's how I think it went. I just fucking walked away. It happened so fast. Whenever something is confrontational like that and or just straight up fucking embarrassing, I don't remember the details exactly. It's like I black out in the moment and I just to try to survive it. Probably a coping mechanism, whatever, we don't have to dip into that. Anyway, I was also trying to wrap my mind around what was going on and I was absolutely mortified. I felt like I was just slapped in the face. I look over and there was my boyfriend's car sitting there. Awaiting my arrival. Patiently just beaming in the sun. My heart is racing just retelling this. I wanted to die inside 20 times. And I still had another stop to make before going home and I was just like, wow, you shouldn't be allowed to go anywhere ever again. I didn't trust myself at all. How did I not know? I thought I was being aware and cautious, then I fucking did that, ha ha ha. It wasn't even the same fucking car. Ugh, so that was super embarrassing and I hope that never happens again. I feel like the world's biggest idiot. I never want to relive that experience again, holy shit. I just still can't believe it. Today I fucked up by having sex after an asthma attack. I was at my boyfriend's house and we had decided to get lunch with some gift cards I had been gifted a few days prior. We headed out to pick up the order from the restaurant, and while we were driving home, my asthma decided to say fuck you and act up. I didn't have my inhaler on me at the time, but thankfully it wasn't a horrible asthma attack and I was fine until we got back to his house and I took my inhaler. I will mention I have horrible allergies to multiple things including dogs, cats, dust, etc. Now he has both dogs and a cat, but they don't normally bother me too much, but with my allergies acting up and the air quality in California not always being the best, it spelled disaster. We put his dogs and cat out of the room while we are, but let his cat back in the room after we finished eating. I wound up taking a second puff of my inhaler, having a bit of trouble breathing still, and settled into his bed. He normally cleans his sheets before I come over as a precaution, but he hadn't this time and they had some cat fur on them. After I had calmed down and rested enough, I figured my asthma was back in control and we decided to get intimate. I won't go into details, but afterwards I could feel the asthma coming back on. It had been maybe less than an hour since my last 2 inhaler puffs and I didn't want to take even more. I wound up feeling worse and worse, so my boyfriend had to take me to the ER and my dad met us there. Eventually, my boyfriend drove back to his house in my car while I waited in the ER and then got 2 prescriptions to help with allergies and asthma. My dad drove me home and I just fell asleep from exhaustion. I had to be dropped off the next day at my boyfriend's house just to pick up my car. At least I got the leftover lunch to take home. Today I fucked up by becoming a model. I was very nerdy kid who was into all things STEM, so when I saw a flyer for the modeling team at my school, I grabbed the paper so fast and begged my mom to sign and pay so I could get on the team. She was confused like, "Are you sure this is really what you want to do?" And I was all yes, yes. Please sign it. So she did, and gave me the money to join. I turned in my money and permission slip, after school, and sat in the room, giddy with excitement. I was early, of course, because I was a nerd. So I sat in my seat with my hands clasped, beaming with joy, wondering what we were going to build first and what kind of modeling we were going to do. 3D computer modeling? There weren't any computers around. Architectural modeling? I didn't see any supplies for that either, but I figured, oh, well, whatever we end up doing will be fun. I can't wait to learn and build stuff. 2 of the coaches walked in, who were very attractive women. I was even more excited, now, because I never expected that 2 women would be teaching me a STEM subject after school. Then more girls started showing up one by one, and I could have cried tears of joy. So often I was the only girl in these types of classes, and now I was surrounded by women who love a love of science and engineering. I was so happy. But then no boys showed up, and I was like, that's odd. The 2 women started talking about high heels and makeup and stuff, and I thought, that's nice, we're having some girl chat before we start. She was all, you gotta have tude, ladies. You hear me? You see how I pop my foot out? Turn it to the side, and put your nose in the air like you're too good for everyone. I wasn't really paying attention. I was waiting for the class to start, and wondering if we were going to have Legos brought in. It was only when my coach asked us if we'd seen America's Next Top Model that I realized what kind of modeling this was, and I was horrified at my stupidity. I couldn't tell anyone how dumb and nerdy I was, though, so I decided this was going to be my life now. Almost every girl on the team was stuck up and vain. They spent hours a day talking about how they were the prettiest girl there, and critiquing everyone else's looks. She's too fat. Crystal has a giraffe neck. You don't have any tits. Kayla is butterface. I mean, just look at her forehead, it's gross. I suffered through this for I don't know how many months, but I eventually got good at it, and became one of the best models on the team. I was asked to do modeling in high school, and again in my adult life, but I will likely never do it again because it was such a traumatizing experience for me. I felt humiliated most of the time by having people dress me up, make me perform for them, and brutally criticize my appearance. To all real models, I respect what you do. I don't want to sound like I'm looking down on it as a career choice. I know it's not as easy as people think. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let us know in the comments below. Turn on the notifications to know when we post new videos. Thank you for coming to the House of Reddit.